Burrs. I represent Humana in the life, health, and disability and long-term care of our products that we offer. And to just kind of kick off our my 7-minute presentation, thank you for letting me do this to you. So hey, Chuck, how's it going?
It's going real good. Been very busy.
I hear you. Life just kind of gets away from us, doesn't it?
Absolutely does.
You know, if it wasn't for my agent who recently called me, I wouldn't have known that my life insurance was about to expire. That's a scary thought.
Well, you know, I don't even know the name of the agent that sold me my life insurance policy.
Seriously?
I wasn't expecting them to send me a business card. After all, it's the car salesman that sends me the birthday card.
How long ago did you take out that policy?
Boy, it's been a while, probably about 10 years.
Geez, so hadn't you gotten married and adopted some kids right after that then?
Whew, boy, that's true. Too much has changed in that 10-year time slot.
That's right, but life is good, right?
Absolutely.
So Chuck, as your friend, I think you should probably let someone review your policy and make sure you've got the right type of coverage.
You know, you're probably right, and I should take time to stop and speak with you.
Did you just say I'm right?
Yes, I did.
Man. Can you repeat that a couple more times? Because I want to just let my husband know on occasion I am right.
You sound like my wife.
Well, how about I introduce you to a friend of mine by three-way email?
Absolutely wonderful. I'll be looking forward to seeing it.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Tammy.
Thanks again, Chuck. So, my presentation today basically is to help the team help me, because, you know, these conversations that we have with our friends and family sometimes come across as very personal, and you don't want to kind of bring up subjects that are sensitive to some, especially, for example, what we're going to unpack here, because I want to stay on track because I always go over. So we're going to go over this flip chart presentation here. If you could just pull it out, I just want to share some facts. Now, Wendy, you just said you're a numbers girl. This'll speak to you, I'm sure. So what I'm talking about is a policy review. Okay, so when someone I have as a member of Humana, I go out to their home after I've enrolled them in our Medicare plan, and I unpack some things with them. To get the conversation started, I share some facts. Some of the facts being, did you know that more than half of U.S. households do not have life insurance? Doesn't that surprise you? That's a pretty big number. 80%, or 8 out of 10 households, don't have a life insurance agent. They just don't. 25%, or 1 in 4 people, plan to buy life insurance in the next year. That's typically around somebody's birthday. So when you're thinking of a referral or someone that's, you know, comes to mind and they got a birthday coming up, that's a good time to be thinking about life insurance. 40%, or 4 in 10 households with children under 18 would have a hard time paying for anything if the breadwinner died. So 55% spouses whose financial situation improved because they were involved. Did you know that a lot of life insurance decisions are made without the spouse? And mostly the spouse benefits from life insurance, because who outlives men? Women, by 5 years. So just be sure you're involved in the life insurance aspect within your own family. It's very important. So how do you get a conversation started when you're wanting to maybe look after someone and start the conversation? I've got some conversation starters here. Share some of the statistics that you learned. That's always a good thing. Initiate what-if conversations. This is where I always go, because it's true. My mom died when I was young. My father had no life insurance on her. Didn't have health insurance. It was a mess. So when I go into a meeting, I have some real life examples of how it could really train wreck someone's life without having some things put in place. So if you have a what if of your own, share that. That's a very good way, a good segue. Refer them to an agent that you trust. And then, you know, before you leave that conversation, make sure you ask them how they want to be introduced. Not everybody likes email. Some people prefer the phone. So just ask them. And that prepares them to know that you're going to be reaching out to an agent to contact them. So the last page here, it says plant the tree or the seed, so to speak. Include speaking to people that have had a life-changing event. All right, so you know someone that recently got married or just had a baby. Those are really good referrals. Those are good ways to start asking those questions, especially if they're in your circle of life and you love them and you care about them. They need to know that life insurance is for everyone. Marriage, divorce, adoption, birth of a child, death of a spouse, purchasing a new home, retirement age. These are all good leads for someone like myself that can deliver them a health insurance policy. So the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Now, I want to point back, because I've only got a minute, to the wheel that I passed out. Okay, this wheel of life, so to speak. It's got arrows that kind of go around. Three things I'm going to point out that I focus on when I'm sitting across the table from someone is always a will. I always start there. People work so hard, they want to protect what they've earned. And so it just boggles me, so many people that don't have wills. It's crazy. John is a great segue for me to be able to refer business to him. And I touched on some of the others, and I'm running out of time. I just have 30 seconds left. But really, guys, what I'm looking for is referrals for life insurance to those people in your circle that you know of that have had a life-changing event and could use some assistance, a policy review, even if they already have life insurance. I can give them a fresh perspective. So, do you have any questions? I think I have just a